Yeah, at some point I need to fix the audio stuff here too as well. But hopefully music's coming through. I don't see it. Oh, there we go. So I wonder if it's in the eye that's actually broke. So today we're just going to do a bit more I did some work earlier today on getting a lot of the old serialization classes from Unity kind of like brought over. I think a lot of the data structure is going to be changed, but goal for today is going to be working on getting these halves to spawn, and so players can customize them, and more importantly, getting them actually like sending and receiving data from the back end. So that's kind of the idea. How far we'll get with it now, that'll be another question. Let me close out a lot of the stuff that I have open. And let's close out Parsec real quick. And get Chattery moving. Alright, come on, reconnect. Come on, Chattery now. Hey, Antics. Hey, Mungalo. Yeah, so you were saying, Antics, we can, so there's plugins for OBS itself to combine Twitch chats? Oh, this project I made on the tool thing? Yeah, actually, sounds like a great idea. This is great. I love that it's actually like integrated into the editor now. We can show a single floor, set up the floors, update what's visible without rebuilding the data. That's awesome. And also run single sections. Cool. So I can test like corridor rooms. Cool. This is awesome. So every time you hit generate, it's just generating a new one. I already found an old bug. Ah, cool. Yeah, if random seed is on, it can also rebuild the same seed. Ah, cool. This is awesome. Only have one major system to figure out how to tackle. What's that? Currently it's kept relative. Currently it's kept relative to the map piece, and I want all that section in the local space. Oh, okay. Yeah, the internal like prop grid for the section. Tried a couple times so far. I don't like what I tried. I'm like reading all this backwards. That's cool. Yeah, so in code land, I went into the Unity code, and well, I don't care about this Maui stuff. Maybe. Yeah, I'm switching back to Newtonsoft JSON. Since it drops the resolution from 1 meter squared from 6 meters squared, then I also have to like respect what's going on. The pieces, like walls and such, cubed. Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Not squared. It's called Social Stream plugin. Consolidate. Consolidates your live social message streams and more. Supports live automation, two-way chat message like Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Zoom, tons more. Includes the features chat overlay with message selectable. Supported sites: Twitch, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Oh wow. Do not uninstall the extension if you want to upgrade it. There's an upcoming standalone version of it, which installs as an app rather than a browser extension. Wait, what? Firefox support? I no longer offer Firefox support? Why does it need a browser? Oh, there are browsers for it. What is the point of this? Install Chromium-based browser. Where does it say Firefox select here? Open beam. Social stream.ninja. This is crazy. It's one of them. Multiple exists. Is this like one of the more popular ones? Why doesn't it go to Firefox support? I don't want to officially support Firefox, but you can still try to get it going with the following steps. So this is a browser extension to bring it all together. So how does that work? You're just pretty much setting up the browser with it and then capturing it like normal. Seems kind of crazy. Most popular. Okay. So I think I do have a custom version. Yeah, I think I have thorium. Thorium is like a custom version. Like an extension directory? Oh, so I already... Hi from the couch, hey! Yeah, so I've extracted it. gonna try to get this going. Manifest version 2 is depreciated. Support will be removed in 2023. Okay, maybe I need a new version of Thorium. Fourth release. Here we have the AVX2 version. Oh, that is the latest one that I have. As far as I can see. Thorium. Oh no, it's not okay. Okay, I'll get rid of this old one. Close this. Don't sign in. Skip. Developer mode. Back an extension from downloads. Social stream. There's still errors though. Okay, that seems to work though. Hey, Alex. Yeah, here's the overlay. Where is our... Okay, cool. Alright, let's actually log in. And we just bring this over and go see if this works. Yeah, I'm not logged in anything yet. I have no idea. Apparently I don't know my own password, so give me 1 second. Oh yeah, that's right. Send an SMS code, your Twitch verification code. Alright, so we're logged into Twitch. Let me mute this tab. Do I need to sign into this? Pin it. Alright, so I got the plugin installed, but how do we actually, how does it work? Or do we need to actually install it as well? No, okay, we do. Alright, perfect. I might have to restart the stream though. Hey Dan, how's it going? We're trying to figure out the multi-streaming stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. Trying to optimize exposure for the game. Yeah, this is probably going to require me to restart OBS. That's the plan. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so we can actually use both. Oh, this is awesome. Activate source, use WebSockets. Okay, hang on, let me go to my OBS. Maybe I don't even need to restart OBS. Hey Sandwich, how's it going, man? Oh, and I'm on my game. So I need to install this on my on the other PC. I gotta move this over. Gotcha. Well, we'll do that later. Hey, you been, man? Long time. But yeah, that'll do. I'm pretty sure that's gonna do it. But yeah, I gotta. I'll actually play. We'll play around with that off stream. Yeah, so we are going to get doing pretty good. That's awesome. The game is coming along after a rewrite. We switched everything over from Unity to Godot, so we have a bit more freedom over the source. So now I'm in the process of getting everything put together for the summer. I'm now officially working on the game full-time. So I'll be working on it here for the next 8 weeks. And the goal in these 8 weeks is to get the Patreon up to 400 USD. That's my goal. Although that should be, what is it, like every now and then it doesn't show us where the goal is, or it doesn't show like the amount. Maybe because I'm logged into my creator account. No. It's really weird. But sometimes it shows us exactly but either way, it's at 100 right now, so we're 25% of that goal. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it does that. Normally it shows like kind of where we are with things. Just shop holding, working on C# stuff, messing around with Ace-Sprite earlier today. Oh, awesome, dude. Yeah, everything here is all C#. A lot of the code actually was pretty one-to-one, moving over from Unity in the Godot. Those some API changes, of course, like there would be, but yeah, I think a lot of this stuff flows out. Also prototype some, like a nice little mining ship. This is just a gray box model, of course, just to kind of get a feel for some of the scale and what I want to do with it. But what I want to work on here today is the data structure for this. It might run slow with the old project going. Let's see. Ah, no, it's not. Gravity volume stuff? Yeah. Yeah. Right, so here I am, the player. Let me go buy some things at the store. So let's buy a couch, maybe another couch, 2 bar stools, the island light, and a sofa. So we got a bit of a mess here, but let's play Decorate the Hab. So this process here is what I want to get working today on the API. So I've already done all the work for the API off stream. So we're just playing The Sims right now. Playing The Sims in the verse. Yeah, so this is kind of like what I want to have working, so players can customize their own hab. I want to get these modules kind of sorted. And so I want to have a panel here that'll just kind of like save, just a little save button. Something you know, you can kind of interact with to like update those changes. It'll be more dynamic, but just for now, just to be able to kind of save them. Either that or the actual terminal itself, where you spawn in the hab, or you know, kind of like lock and unlock it, which is you know, spawning it and despawning it, but it's, you know, locking it. Wink, wink. I might have like a little save button next to it, just to test the API. So I need to get this kind of working in the Unforgiven Systems project, which is like the original. Because apparently I had none of this code working. So what I've done here is created our hab response and did all my data bindings. And what's lovely about Newtonsoft JSON versus you know, the built-in Godot one is Newtonsoft will serialize anything, so I can actually just deserialize the entire response as a HAB response. HAB response is our handle message, the HAB data, which is our actual HAB, data configuration, which has a list of HAB ports. And these are the ports. So we're keeping the API exactly the same. And now if we go into in sodium here, I'm just going to show you that's up in sodium. So I'll log into the game and just kind of show you the difference of this, right? So here's my HAB. I'm going to log in, grab my new token, and I'm going to send that to the HAB response. So put in the new bearer token. Valid signature. What? Hello? There we go. So this is Rab's place. This is my habitation module from before, from Unity. So this is the data structure, right? So we have a location, rotation, what ports are attached to it. And what's cool about, Newtonsoft is when you set up all your data bindings. So we have our, list of port data, the data itself, and of course the HAB. I really like that the cases were fixed on these, but I'd had to change the API itself. The API is not like camel case. It's like lower case. But it's fine. It's kind of mixed right now. But now if I go to my HAB manager, when we get this response back, if I go and put in my breakpoint here, and we run this build, so we'll just run this build of, we'll do main. So let's just go through the process. Right, so this will launch our app. We're going to log into the server. And now when I log in this time, boom, here we are, and our HAB manager has got a response back for our HAB. And if we look at the data structure of this, if I look at my, if we step forward from getting the response, right, our HAB response is fully serialized, right? So it's our HAB data, right, which has our location. And what I love about it, is when I would have them use all the variants and have them to do a bunch of work, these are already serialized, right? So the rotation and location is already like deserialized perfectly. Hey, thanks for the tier 1 sub, Dan. You rock. Right, so this makes everything so much easier when you're using Newtonsoft, because you just figure out what the data is they're going to be encoded, deserializing and serializing, and then set it up, right? So like for example, the most important thing about this is we have our ports. So these are all these HAB port data. So there's IDs and strings, and now they all map perfectly. So there's no messing around, right? I can see that the data is bound correctly. And I love that these vector 3 and vector 4 conversions happened as well. Like you can actually check all the static numbers here. Like these are like legitimate, vector 3, vector 4s. And what's great about that now, interesting, I wonder about Godot Live. So in Godot's JSON library brings back a dictionary of variants, which is fine, because that's what you'd expect, right? You'd expect a dictionary of variant key value pairs all the way down through. But then what I find when you're using the Godot's JSON library then is you're then crawling through that dictionary, key checking, like, does it have a message? And then if it has a message, then, you know what I mean? Versus like the classical Unity way of just, because even Unity's own isn't as good as the Newtonsoft version. Because I think in reality you should have your data bindings mapped to classes. That way if something changes with the API, code ends up so bloated. Oh yeah, right? If the API changes it, change it on the, like on the mapper, on the data side of it. And then like, to match the API. And also if a key is missing, it'll just become null. Like if there's something here, if there's more data here that is in the class, then it'll just negate it. So, so I had these all set up in Unity, and obviously I started working on like pulling this down the Godot way originally, And now I'm just going to switch things over to just use the... and for those that are new, if you guys are ever wondering how to add, you know, to the project, you can either add it manually, or you can just use .NET add package, whatever, you know, whatever you want. But I think Newtonsoft is one of those, you know, necessary, you know, core libraries if you're dealing with a ton of JSON, especially if you can use it to serialize and deserialize directly to an object. It's easy to deserialize an object and be like, oh look, here's some JSON, push it somewhere, right? Especially if you're using like a NoSQL DB, where the JSON field in MySQL is actually a JSON type. So it's not like, you know, it's technically like a massive text field, but it does have subquerying support. So then you're kind of using MySQL with the ability to do relational joins on like GUIDs and stuff. But the data itself that's in the field can just be raw JSON, you know? So then if we look at where this data is coming from, right, and we, so we went to the universe server and log in to the universe server here, and let's go to DB index. So I broke this. Oh yeah, right. It's now. There you go. Let me log in. Boop. So, you know, if we go into the halves and we look at mine, right? So I just have my JSON field here. Hey, Pagan Linux Geek, really good. The only argument to use the in-engine solution is to have the maximum support, as it'll just work if you update, copy over a new project. But Newtonsoft's nicer to work with. That's my thought process on it too. So Pagan, what we're working on today... Oh, so Pagan, do you have access to the latest Patreon build? I know you should, if you have time, and you have the link to it. I actually... and you might be busy. Maybe you're doing something. I don't know. I finally have that build working where players can spawn their own ships. And a lot of the stuff, it should be just Unforgiven systems. Let me DM you. I'll DM it to you real quick, because I actually want you to... You might enjoy this. This is not a milestone really, but I'll show you. Let me send this to you. This is cool. But in a nutshell, while I'm doing this, we have the headless server running. So I now have a build set up to be fully headless. I have a Linux build also working for it. So we now have a dedicated server. For sure, I have some time tomorrow night. I can download it tonight. No. So I just want you to kind of just connect if you can. And we should be able to each spawn our own ship and fly around our own ships. And they should be working fine. Without any drift or anything. So it's kind of a bit of a milestone. I'll do 2 characters anyway. But let's just go into our projects folder here. Godot, builds, Unforgiven systems. Yep. Okay, yep. Let me pop into my Google Drive real quick here. You should probably already have it when you go into your own Google Drive, but I am going to go grab it anyway. I will take advantage of the fact that we haven't tested this with another person. Like remote. Especially with the number of NPCs that I have right now. So I'm going to steal your time very briefly. Patreon builds. There we go. Copy. Share. Copy link. That should be it. So now, when I go and we do our build, so Unforgiven systems, we're gonna do server, headless, the headless, server, thanks, let me Oh, you don't have access. Let me give that. Yep. I got you. Don't you worry. So the Unforgiven systems build is specifically designed, Pagan, to be 200 megs. It's a very light build. It's a prototype build of everything, all gray box, no, just pure gameplay for testing everything. It's meant to be, yeah. So you have access to that build, so it should be a pretty quick one to run. So I'm just going to run a build here. So boom, we're just running fully headless. Connect it to the Patreon, connect it to the API. And now if I run two versions of the game, and you can join in as well, just remember that you will be joining in, it's universe.monolithic.ca. I can link it in the Discord. This is where you put in for the, yeah, you would put this in the host field or IP field. I've sent that to you as well. And yeah, so let's go in and just run 2 of the main builds here. 2 instances. And these should work. So now, here in the build, if we go multiplayer, I'm going to log in as Revere. I'm going to pick a random color. Doesn't really matter. This is just kind of showcase different properties we can feed into the shader, you know, just unique aspects. And then I'm going to join. And now I'm in the build. Give it a second for the, you know, for the NPCs walking interpolation to kind of kick in here. And now, if you're able to extract that and run it real quick, you should be able to join in. Or somebody just joined in. There's a blue guy, but he doesn't have a name. Is that you? Are you this blue guy? Did you just join? Or did someone else just join? I think you left your name field empty. If so, that's perfectly fine. Alright, I want you to run over to the end. So just head over, you know, away from some of the NPCs. Doesn't matter where. Alright. Now, I want you to hit O 1 time. It'll spawn in your ship. And just walk to the right when you spawn the ship in. So run away from the ship so it doesn't tip over. That's fine. If it tips over, just do it to spawn in 1 more. Just come back further. And just, don't listen. Press O. Don't do that. That's what they did before. So just spawn in another one. Run out of the way. Alright, jump in. So just jump in through the side door. Just hold spacebar to get up. Yeah, just come over here, hold spacebar. And just go over and interact with the seat. If you're not able to get in, just go over here where the door is and just hold spacebar. You should be able to get in. And then if you look at the seat, you can interact with it. Spacebar should like jump. But the ship could be desynced. Okay, you can get it through the side. And then click it again to jump in the seat. Okay. Alright, spacebar to go up. I see you looking at it. Alright, try holding spacebar. Whee! Bye! Alright, I'm gonna spawn in my own ship. While Pagan does this thing here. And the controls are absolutely terrible, so don't we are not judging the game here at all. So here's Pagan. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna just kinda EVA into your ship. Alright, just stay perfectly still. No, I'm just gonna pop in. And that's all I really. There's no, the gravity is turned off in the ship. I'll chat about that later. But I'm gonna head over towards you. Can you see me here in front of you, Pagan, floating in space, Mr. Blue Guy? I'm gonna just pop and oh God! Ah! Hi. Anyway, Miss B can't. So cool. So you can run a couple different versions of the build and kind of connect. But the goal now is we're going to leave up a dedicated Patreon build in the future, running on Linux. That'll automatically restart. It'll have a cron job. Oh yeah, in-game chat, right? So bring up enter and type hey. So just press enter and see if chat works. Oh yeah, because you don't have a handle. You don't have a name. And escape closes it. Just go ahead and send me something. When you're in the ship, it might be a bit complicated. The nameless one says hey. Okay, awesome. You're not supposed to be able to... Cool. And then the escape close. Cool. Anyway, Pagan, like when this build codebase gets pushed into Unforgiven space, says Unforgiven systems, everything will just work. Like, you know, it's all some of the prefabs I might need to reconfigure a little bit, but overall, the idea in the future, because my goal for the summer is to get to 400 USD on the Patreon, but to get to that point, we need to spend the summer making this build extremely playable, getting mining working, getting the systems online, not worrying, like, you know, there's time to work on art and continuing, you know, the necessary details and stuff that we need to do. Oh God, we're down to like 100 now, which is my fault because we spent 6 months porting the whole engine over to Godot. So, I mean, you know, we lost a couple Patreons along the way, which I don't blame them in any capacity. You know, I think as, you know, things get moving along again, even some of those older Patreons might return, right? It's just, you know, people just need to see progress, you know? So if they can play the game, and we can kind of get the male-female in, there's a FPS pass I want to do in a few weeks where I get ADS working, lean, you know what I mean? But so I would, what I want you to do is give this demo a try on the stream when we push this into the main build, because we'll be in the real ships. We'll be you know, the real full characters. So it'll be you know, more showing, right, than just these versions of the game. Got to fix some of this jitter. This is the IK system actually kind of freaking out between two states. But yeah, like, you know, but this is what I wanted to get done. I want to make it so, hey, if you can just get into the game and you can fly your own ship around, just go back down on land and just hit Y to get out of the seat. I'll meet you on the pad. And thank you for your time again, Pagan. Just, you know, like, you know, to test this out and showcase it. It means a ton. If you haven't quit already. And if you have, that's cool. You might have to come around to the other side, and you're probably cursing on the controls once again, but, you know. There he comes. Right, it's just nice seeing another player that's, you know, remote. I'll jump in your ship when you get landed. You're trying to come in all gracefully. Oh. Alright, now hit Y to get out of the seat. There we go. Perfect. Welcome, welcome. So the other thing I want to show you over here, if you want to follow me, if you're able to. Alright, so just follow me off the edge. We're going up to the Comrade, because this was a thing that I was working on that I demonstrated on the Patreon. So just, we're going to go over inside this Comrade. It'll take like just 3 minutes to get there. Just, I see the blue guy floating behind me. Oh, where is it? Over here. The controls in EVA for up and down are a little bit sketch. They're kind of snapping. They're not interpolating on the axis. So if you find like the EVA's, the body snapping in EVA is a bit jank. That's just the state of it right now. It's not a... Because I want to show you the scale of this thing. So this is a kind of a Soviet design version. I think it has a good scale, so as you're approaching it, to me, as a player, this gives me a good idea if you understand, you know, that it's a Comrade, that the scale looks good. What's the hotkey? I use Alt and like Alt Windows or something like that. There might not be one in the build, I'm not even sure. Alt Enter, I think, will actually maximize it. I need to add a bunch of controls. There's but it might be Alt Enter. And if not, then I'll try to get some of that stuff in. So I'm gonna wait for you here outside. I think you're close. I'm gonna fire some shots just so you can see me. Oh, I think I see you down there. Space is very, very big. Oh, there you are. Yep, there he comes. All right, follow me inside the Comrade. This is just gray box, but I wanted to kind of figure out that sense of scale required for the Comrades. So what, you know, you can just kind of enjoy me in here. There's some global illumination. And this is just the extent of what I wanted to test when you kind of get close enough here. Yeah, so this is where you'd come in and shut down, you know, put in your hacking chip. And just remember 4, you know, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Your terminal is 5. And it doesn't have anything displayed on it right now, and I think in the dark you can't even see it. I mean, oh yeah, you can only see the terminal when you're, yeah, when you're outside. It's funny. How do you have your errors in PowerShell? Bunny Smasher, this is a custom build of the game, running as a headless client, but when I am doing my testing, especially here, I do run it all in VS Code, so this way all of my stuff is in the editor anyway. So yeah, we're just testing out the multiplayer. So thanks again, Pagan. It means a lot. Like I said, this is just Unforgiven Systems. Doesn't have much to it. I'm going to close my build here. I run into the other one. So this is the other one, right? So right now, when you go to online and you log in, right? This shows now your Patreon status and like updates to the build, which I'm not doing anything right now with it. But if I go, just to showcase to Bunny Smasher here, if I go and I grab this, you know, breakpoint, we just run, we'll launch main, then we can kind of step through. Hey, Cyan. This is what I was testing. I was testing the serialization with Newtonsoft. So we go online, log into the game, and then boom. So we get our HAB response. So we step forward once, and then we'll get our HAB response. And this is what I'm testing, just to make sure that the data coming down from the API is serialized correctly. Because these ports are the things that are inside your own house. Just want to let you know that I'm interested in your project. Hell yeah. Do I have the Patreon page link? I don't have my YouTube chat open on this screen, but let me yeah. You're a 3D artist and you're willing to help. Oh, that's awesome. My bot has what streamer. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I need to get a lot of this stuff more organized, but that's going to be my goal for the summer. So this is now all working fine. So we now have this entire response class, which should like have response data. This is all the data bindings for the return type that matches right the old one. I'm trying to keep everything the same. I don't want to change the API. So same with the ships API. If I try to pull in my ship. Let me log back in again and grab a new token because it expired. I haven't refreshed it. So let's say I want to pull down my ship. So let me put in my token. This will put this should be all of my ships. So there's my standard trading ship. There's all the components that I've added to it, and ideally these component IDs no longer match from what they were with Unity. But it doesn't matter because once I get this data serialized, then I can just push that data, right? Same thing, just create the object, set all the data, push it as a put, and then we're good, right? So that we can change the data structure later once we get everything working. My goal is to get the habitation module and the ships right actually working, because even the server uses the ships API to pull down ship references. It's been great seeing other player in there. Oh yeah, it's gonna get way better as I kind of keep going with it. Right, that's the idea. I think if I can get the pool game in there for fun, right, and it could be kind of cool place to hang out, you know. For Sion, who's new, let me actually take some time real quick, and actually show you the other project. So this is what the game actually looks like. We zoom out here. So this is the actual space trekking ship that you just saw Pagan fly, but this is the more final version of it. So this is more the style, right? So a lot of just hard surface, right? So this is the kind of the level of detail that I'm kind of looking for as we get more into final art, right? And building out all the components and all the systems. Everything has a design metric to it. So, you know, everything's 2 meters by 2 meters by 1. Everything snaps in place. There's no, you know, like every single quantum drive or cooler has a specific metric and a certain attachment points. So it's just following the standard is designed so that artists can make many variations of things. I myself being, you know, principal artist, and you know, and then just like creative freedom, you know, within, you know, to create whatever you want within the confines of the metrics that I've already kind of defined. Because the idea is like different versions of the ship can be completely created by just molding the surface. Like on the inside, my ships are actually, you know, not even, they're just square, right? If you look at it really, it's just a, you know, a 2 by 2 meter, you know, area, you know, with a 3 by 3 meter area and a 4 by 4 all the way back, right? So, you know, it's so, if you turn off all the little details where I've kind of created curves, you know, you can make any type of ship really, and it all kind of like stays within a certain size metric, right? So we don't really need to have a, you know, super smooth looking you know, cool ship. You can, if I kind of turn off all these little things that are you can kind of see, right, that it's just 2 by 2, 3 by 3. But well, ultimately, the whole ship at its maximum width is 4 wide, and they can be longer, you know. So that's kind of So it's the same thing with all the modules. Like there's to make it easier to scale, right? Everything is all has all placeholder metrics, including like rise over run for stairs. You know, like I've kind of put a lot of work into the prep of things. You know, so modularity becomes easier. But yeah, this is the game, and this is the environment that we'll be in. You know, when I push these changes that I'm working on right now live. I already have the. Oh yeah, Pagan, if you're still watching, in that build I do have finally the tractor arm working perfectly, which is really nice. It's going to be a nice touch very soon. Let me go back into it again. It's exciting. I like showcasing it. That's what I think is going to be cool, man, is building up the community around the game and having the community... Oh, cool. That's what they need to see it all working, right? Yeah, let me go back into the empty systems test. So I finished the tractor beam as well. That's another one I added this patch. Check it out. This is cool. It needs a shader, but this is a legitimate old school tractor beam. So it actually pulls anything in front of it. So not like your typical Star Citizen tractor beam, because I do have that one as well. I mean, I'm literally tractoring it with that style of beam. But this is like a more Star Trek style, like for pulling in all the ore and pulling in things that are, you know, around the player for mining. But what I want to show you is this thing here now. I actually have fully working. So when I bring in a ship and spawn it, check it out. And that's full IK, like that actually moves if I jump in, because I want to actually. It's a bit, you know, obviously touching way too much, but yeah. So let me actually come out of this one and take over the scene real quick. And I just want to show you this thing in action. So let me move this one over and make this one a little bit bigger. And we're going to come over here to where the ship is. So watch what happens when I just move the ship around. So here I am, right? And this is all, you know, working. But check this out. Let's go into remote for the other session. So session 2, remote, space. And in the station, we should have the new station arm. This should be called the mag area. I need to make it a little bit wider here. I am looking for... Oh, it's the... oh, where are you called? Repair hangar. In the repair hangar, we should have our ship arm. And we should have our ship. So, if I just go here, and I move the ship around, and we just pretend that, you know, we don't know where the ship is. So I'm going to lock the ship, and just move it. Once I find the transform information. Hello. So check this out. It automatically will find the ship. So so now when the ship is moving into the hangar and needs to be tractored, and as I bring it up, right, it'll always seek to that point. It's a dynamic runtime IK system that only works when the ship is in the bounds. So it does a good job of, like, you know, like actually grabbing, you know, the ship when the ship comes in. It won't have any collisions on it because there's gravity, so you can't really get up there. You know what I mean? But it'll never. I mean, it is right now, but it won't ever penetrate the ship. It'll just kind of like come down and clunk, and kind of give it that chunky. Yeah, right. So the idea then is there's like a very basic tractor field. So you enter the hangar, and then that tractor field kind of like you just align to the field, and it'll grab you for a second, and then the arm will come down and take the ship, and then the arm will then bring the ship down so that we, the player, if I just on right, because I'm still in the ship right now, can then go and work on it. So this will make the process, you know, of pulling off those components and putting them on look so much cooler, right? Because we can fully customize the ship, and you know, if I want to take off a cooler, or maybe just grab this, you know, fuel tank, and right, I'm not even, I'm off to the side right now. Right, so we're missing one fuel tank, so we just throw that fuel tank in there, and maybe take off some of these components, right? So take off the fuel scoop, fuel intake, right? And we can swap out, you know, any of these. But this gives it more purpose, right? So that when we're actually taking off the coolers and everything and doing what we got to do, right? Taking off the, I think, you know, a little bit of polish, just little things like this. They don't mean anything. I mean, the ship can totally just hover there, but it's just little things like that, that, you know, that'll just add to the summer. And the other thing I want to show you, I'll show you one more thing and I'll leave you alone. This was the other thing you may not have seen because you haven't, so check it out. Let me just get released here. Oh god. Okay, am I, oh, okay, I'm out. You won't, so the hologram is now working. So if we go and find a target, wherever that target is, it's flying that way. Oh, there he is. Right, so now I'm finally getting the hologram that I wanted, which is a clone mesh of the target ship. And we can actually use that for sub-targeting. So if I want to destroy the ship, yeah, we have the so that's the other features. This whole system is also now working. So there's a lot of work to do this summer, but there's a lot of stuff working. You know, like under the hood, all the shield systems work. They just need a shader to visualize them, and there's a lot of netcode stuff I need to do. And there's like, you know what I mean? Like there's, it's all, you know, it's all just work that just needs to be done. So that's the, yeah, but if Cyan's still here, jump on like my Twitch, and the, is a personally funded project. We had the Patreon. So and that's the goal. So if we go, I have a Patreon builds, and if we go to Patreon Monolithic, that's my studio, right here. Here's our Patreon, and what I do is I do release test builds every single. Well, it used to be every week, but you know I had to move, so I have a new house and right. But like where things were and where things are, you know, it's come along great. Yeah, so that's our goal, is to kind of get the Patreon up to. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're at 104 USD. Is where we currently stand, right? And then like my goal is right now over the summer to get to about 400. You know, I want to try to go part time. Am I hiring? If I could do this full time myself, then I would be hiring. But my goal right now is to get the project to a point that I can go part-time working on it. I'm working full-time now because I'm off for the summer. And then anything in surplus, you know what I mean? Like right now, all this money every month just goes to the server, infrastructure, you know, little things. And I hope that that things will take off, you know what I mean? And then we'll have more resources, especially for art, because there's so much art that needs to be done. And for a lot of the project management, it's you know, we have the ClickUp. So like everything that I'm working on is, you know, here in detail. So all the stuff for 3D, right, that we need to work on, so like tractor beam, throttle, you know, any animations, right? Here's the whole pipeline of everything that's happening, right, including what I'm working on here in systems. which is the JSON and Comlink stuff. This is the stuff that I want to get done this week. Yep. And I want to do some research and development on the zone system. And some other little things I might push. Like, I wouldn't mind adding some emotes, because I think they'd be kind of cool for, you know, just for social. They're not crazy animations. And they could be made, like, they don't really need animation trees either. I could just tell the animator, hey man, like, just, you know, play the emote, and don't even worry about the blending of it. Yeah. Ladders is another one I really want to tackle. Doing like a hybrid IK system for ladders, I think that'd be like fantastic. Pickup looks nice for customer-facing Kanban stuff. Haven't heard. Oh my god, Sandwich, so good, dude. It has whiteboard support. Like, you can be chaotic. It hooks up with Figma, Google Sheets, Google Docs, so you can kind of be a bit weird and creative and, like, you know, be a bit nuts. And then if you're in this case, we're doing like, you know, what's made out of what, or, you know, like everything in the game. In my world, I want to have a kind of a recipe for everything. Yeah, does Andex's work? So anything here can become a task. So if you like anything on the whiteboard, you can taskify it. And it has, like, what I also like about it, like Indecent Space, which is a Descent clone I was working on as like a test. Like, you can attach documentation to the Kanban board. So you can do like a master game design doc, and then you can attach other documents to it, you know, to be like, okay, what's the game concept going to be? What are the mechanics? And then this is here, like in the root scene of all of your boards, and kind of like, you know, what you're working on. And you can also do time tracking now as well with yeah, I find ClickUp to be great. It's worth like the $5, you know, for the pro version or whatever. It pretty much is like everything I want Trello to be, because the amount of views you can add, like a doc, table, a board, a calendar, a Gantt chart. Like, I couldn't really find ones for doing good Gantts, because I wanted to do like epics. Like, here's an entire epic that I want to do. But these are all the dependencies. So how do I manage all these dependency trees of this epic, you know? And yeah, it's got everything: mind maps, whiteboards, activities, but all the integrations into Figma too. If you have a designer who's doing like 2D and they're just doing Figma, you can like link those in, which is pretty good. And for the time tracking stuff, you can actually just go in and when you're in time tracking, I think up here, there's I don't know, there was a little thing that pops up where you can kind of start and stop your time. But anyway, yeah, that's it's cool, man. Like it's I think it's great. We've been using this for a while. Well, do you have to get some dinner while we lurking on the YouTube mobile? Yeah, thanks again, Pagan. You know, it's super awesome to have you as a backer. It's been a long year and a half of working on the game. It's been a lot of changes, a lot of some good ones, some bad ones, but ultimately it's all for the better of the game, right? But that's the hope, because I think once we get further into it, we'll get a lot more Star Citizen folks, you know, who have a bit of free time, that, you know, that want to kind of like, you know, work on something while we're waiting, you know. Oh. Yeah, let me get this stuff closed out. All this stuff, thank you. Okay. Google procedure. Oh, that was the dungeon stuff. Okay, cool. What time is it? 11:30. But yeah, so I'm glad to have the dedicated server build, and I think I'm gonna raid someone here in a little bit. I just want to get online and then showcase. I think off stream I'm gonna play around more with the with this plugin and try to get the multi-stream stuff working, because like it's here and it's working, but I need to get it. I think I need to get it set up on the streaming PC. So I think I'm gonna raid someone. I'm gonna be on the Discord. If you guys want to jump on the Discord, you know, there is the invite. I will pop into the YouTube stream and make sure that it is also posted there. Yeah, a cross-stream bot would be nice too. So let me put this here. That's our Discord. Jump on board, and yeah. So I'm going to end the stream here on the YouTube side, and I'm going to raid someone on Twitch.